No, so I guess the first thing I think is really important is you you want to have a day job, honestly.
Mm.
And I hate saying that because I don't want people to think that, oh man, Noah's telling me not to follow my dreams. And that's the exact opposite of what I'm saying here. Definitely follow your dreams,
Mm.
but you have to be realistic. Unless you really know what you're doing and you've met the right people, and those people like you, and they're willing to do you a lot of favors.
Mm.
You aren't going to be making a ton of money in music. You might be able to make a good living. I know plenty of people. You might be one of them, but there's plenty of people out there that do just fine. They don't have any other sort of job.
Mm.
But there are way more people that are not doing well,
Mm.
and they are trying really hard. God bless them. They're like very good, but they're barely making ends meet.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of kids in high school or college that they're only going there like in their mind at this moment they're going to college or high school. It's as a formality
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're going to be the next big DJ. And it's funny. I read all these articles about music and the current state of the industry, and they're like, yeah, kids don't want to be Aerosmith anymore. Kids want to
Mm.
be Armin
Mm.
or,
Mm.
or Hardwell. They want to be a DJ. They don't want to learn how to play guitar and rock, with four of their friends. They want to be up there by themselves, playing, playing tracks, that other people wrote or that they wrote, and have a big light show and throwing their hands in the air and that kind of thing. That's the new, rock star.
Mm.
Um, and so I think it's really important for kids to have these big dreams, but at the same time, you have to realize that there's so few people that really make it big. I mean, like, they want to be the next Armin.
Mm.
If you think about that for a moment here, Armin has been the only Armin
Exactly.
for what, like 15, 20 years,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. When are you gonna, I mean, I don't want to sound like a jerk when I say this, but it's just, it's hard to see someone like become the next that.
Mm.
Like the only guy that I can think of right now that's at that point is Hardwell.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
one guy. So I say you want to have a day job. It's not because you can't make it, because you certainly can. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm like again I hate kind of like sounding like I'm bragging here, but I think I'm kind of living proof that you can have both. You can live your dream and you can still have a day job where you're contributing to society, and
Mm.
you're being a good human being by providing a service to your community, which
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think is really really important, because you can contribute to society and be part of the zeitgeist and you know contribute musically or artistically or whatever, and that's great.
Mm.
But if you're only playing like these really small shows, or no shows, and just writing music, um, and you're not really getting signed to the biggest label out there, then like it's just kind of something to think about.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I think that's definitely one thing people need to keep in mind is, don't expect to make it huge and not study and not do good in school.
I have to just tack on to that because
Sure.
I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. And the other thing is, I might catch a bit of flack for saying this, but if you look at the current shelf life
Mhm.
of someone, let's say someone who makes it big, like I've seen so many artists kind of fall off the radar, if you will.
Yeah.
They're still
Yeah.
making music, they're still playing the odd gig, but it doesn't last. Like it doesn't last for everyone forever.
Right. And like, I mean, again, guys like Armin, guys like Hardwell, Tiesto, and pretty much everybody on Spinnin',
Mm.
like those guys are going to be okay.
Yeah,
once the I mean, because once there was hip hop, there was like the boy bands thing in the '90s, there was rock and roll, there was disco, all that stuff. Like there's always a new thing. And I don't know. I think maybe like the turnover rate is slowing down, because like people have just come out with like every idea they can come out with. I don't know. But there's going to be a time in the future where EDM is second best,
right.
and
Yeah.
something else out there that people are more interested in. Like it could be, the next big thing could be, God, like polka music or something.
I hope not.
I don't know, just I'm just something totally different. And so yeah. So if your big plan in life is to be the next big DJ, and you're 16, maybe like have like take some finance courses or something, or something like that. Because like I said, like for me, like I'm signed to Enhanced Music. I've signed to Armada Music. I'm playing some pretty good shows. And my whole life I've studied to be a doctor. Like from like my parents, because again my dad's a physician too. And so like my mom and my dad are foreigners, and are like I'm the first generation American here. And they're so they both come from countries that that had this belief that if you're not a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, you are nobody. Expect you're never going to make money, and you might as well kill yourself. It's not that bad, but
I know what you mean.
So I kind of got that sort of vibe. So I've always been headed in that direction. But I'm still, I showed my dad my newest song yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, this is so great! This is so awesome! I want to show all my friends. I'm so proud of you." And that feels so good.
Yeah,
but like he's like, and there was a time where I did think, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a doctor, Dad. I want to write music. And we did not talk for probably about 7 or 8 months.
Wow.
And it was a very difficult time.
Yeah.
But I can tell that he is more proud of me for being a doctor than he is proud of me for being a physician. But he's very proud. I'm a musician, but he's very proud of me for being a musician because he himself is a musician, and so he understands. But I guess it's just not as big a deal to him as it is to me. But I just so I kind of want to say 2 things here, and then we'll get to the other 2.
Yeah. No
so
worries.
This is one. It took a while for me to get out, but and one is so definitely kind of you want to be able to contribute to society in a proper manner, and sort of so educate yourself, stay in school, do well, study hard. But nobody is telling you, and I certainly am not telling you, that you can't chase your dreams, because you most certainly can. There is time for all that, especially if you're young and if you're not married. So don't go having unprotected sex and having kids, because that's going to eat up time. Dr. Noah says no. But yeah, I think it's definitely important to have a creative outlet.